What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to talk about XRP. And specifically, we need to talk about November 9th because November 9th is fastly approaching. And a lot of people don't know what we're really dealing with here. People think that it's a decision that's being made, or we have some sort of settlement that's supposed to happen on that date. But I want to kind of clear up what's happening here and why November 9th is a significant time period, a significant date, and why we're all really hovering around there trying to figure out what's going to happen beforehand and what's going to happen after. So when it comes to prices, we know that they can have massive effects on or be massively affected by some sort of news that comes up. So if you have, let's say, some new thing that's releasing, you could see a positive or negative impact depending on how the public takes that. And as we see things that are out here, we want to make people understand that this is what could happen. This is where things stand, and however you feel, you can react accordingly, right? If you want to sell your position, you can go ahead and do that. If you feel as though it's going to take off and you want to hold the position, you can go ahead and do that as well. So let's talk about XRP in this video. But before we get started, guys, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out any of the links that are down below. It does help out the channel. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon at Perry8K, you can follow me over there. Now, don't forget about some of the other links that are in the description. If you want to follow me on Rumble, I have my Rumble account, which we just hit over 210 followers, which honestly is amazing. It doesn't sound like a crazy amount because I have 210,000 or 201,000 over here. But it definitely is significant, and I appreciate every single person that has gone over there and followed me on Rumble. So thank you again to everybody that has done that. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about XRP. Let's talk about November 9th. So if we go into my computer, you're going to see here, right? If you Google SEC v Ripple November 9th deadline, that's exactly what it is. It is a deadline, right? A deadline to where you are basically, you have the groups meet and they have to select the schedule, as you can see here. So the SEC and Ripple have until November 9th to jointly propose a briefing schedule with remedies to the charges against Ripple for XRP sales to institutional investors. So this is a deadline. There's no like type of an announcement that comes with it. This is basically just saying they have a deadline to come together and go, this is what the schedule looks like, for the briefings. This is what it looks like for basically the trial and everything there, right? You're basically setting up what's going to happen for the following year, which we understand they don't really have much, right? It's leaning like 90% towards Ripple. So the idea and where a lot of people's heads are is the fact that before November 9th, so somewhere right now until November 9th, even on November 9th, we may see a settlement, and we could see a settlement that day where the SEC will have Ripple pay a certain amount, or they agree upon a certain amount that Ripple will pay or not pay, things that Ripple would have to do in order to just have this go away, something like that. That's where we currently stand. So it's not anything complex to where they have a ruling on the 9th. No, it's not the final judgment that's on the 9th. The final judgment is in 2024, which is supposed to be slated for April 2024, which is around the halving. So if we would have had any type of bad news, it would have affected the halving, and then we would have had some negative impacts instead of having the positive impact that we expected to have from the halving. But that's not really the case, right? We don't believe, or a lot of people don't believe, that we're going to get to that point, right? That we're going to get to that final judgment, because the final judgment, we all know, and I firmly believe will rule in the favor of Ripple, right? So with everything that is said here, there's some people that are saying the settlement could be a 50-50 split, and it's like saying nobody wins when in fact Ripple did win. But then a lot of other people are saying that this is a win on Ripple's part, right? The SEC, caving and just settling means that they don't have anything and they just want to accept anything that they can get and pay their legal fees, which honestly, I don't think Ripple should do. So I'm on like kind of both sides. I'm on the fence of whether you should see that settlement or shouldn't see that settlement. But I know I want to see it go away, right? I'm sure everybody else wants to see this go away and get to a point where we absolutely take off. So with this being said, people are wondering, like, if we see a settlement, will we see the price rise or will we see it fall? And that's kind of to be determined. Do I believe that it's going to be a price fall? Do I believe it's going to be a price rise? Honestly, I don't know how the public's going to accept it, because I see people on both sides where they're like, this is a win or it's not a win. But ultimately, it is a win if you don't have XRP labeled a security, but we shouldn't have been here in the first place, right? So you have charges dropped, or you have XRP that's not labeled as security. You have charges dropped against the CEO and the chairman. And now you're going to get to an ultimate decision to where you have a settlement and nothing, really comes out of it besides Ripple being, where Ripple will be, and XRP being where XRP will be. So how will people perceive that? Will they take it as positively or negatively? Well, right now, if we look at the markets and how the market is really functioning, currently XRP is down about 3.4%, almost 3.5%. It's at 68, almost 69 cents. We saw it drop from a level of 73 cents and now it's down to 60 cents, which a lot of people asked for it to drop. And it's great that it did, because now it gives them the opportunity. But are they going to take that opportunity? I talked about this in my live stream. Are they going to take that opportunity to buy this position because it is lower? So that's the difference maker, right? You now have fear on the side of if it's going to drop lower, right? You have fear on if it was going to drop to buy into it. And now you have fear on if it's going to drop even more because it's already down 3%. So who says it's not going to drop 5%? Who says it's not going to drop 10%, right? That's where that fear comes in, and you have to manage that fear. You have to make sure you understand when you're going to buy, what you see in the future, and if you're willing to accept the fact that you may not have the absolute lowest price. But that's where we stand right now. We're seeing a decrease in the volume. It's at 2.7 billion, which is still a lot, almost 2.8 billion, but it's still a lot compared to the 3.2 billion that it was there before. We are seeing a $36.8 billion market cap, which does put XRP in fifth instead of being in fourth. Or if we're looking at just cryptocurrencies, it's fourth and not third, because it goes Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, and then XRP. XRP did overtake Bitcoin BNB for a little bit, but then it ended up reversing, and also BNB rose in price. So anyways, that's where we stand with everything. I understand that people are kind of skeptical to wonder and know what's happening with November 9th, but know that there's no announcement. The only announcement you could see is if there is some sort of settlement, and that will be front page news on every single crypto site, maybe even major, news sources. You'll see that XRP and or Ripple and the SEC did settle, and what they settled for. Hopefully it includes burning the escrow. That would be amazing, but you never really know. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. Also, if you guys want to check me out on Rumble, feel free to check me out on Rumble. But I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.